Hello everyone, I'm Joseph Dinesh, a Catholic commentator from Sydney, Australia. Ever since the white smoke rose and Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost became Pope Leo XIV, renewed attention, especially from American Catholics, has turned toward his past theological statements. One tweet in particular has stirred controversy. Many believe it directly challenges Vice President JD Vance, who recently defended stricter immigration policies using a classic Catholic principle, the order of love or ordo amoris. Vance argued that while Christians are called to love everyone, that love follows a God-given hierarchy. First God, then family, then community and country, and only after that, the wider world. From his perspective, Americans aren't morally obligated to prioritize immigrants, especially from the third world countries, over their own citizens. Let's listen to what he has to say.
But there's this old school, and I think it's a very Christian concept, by the way, that you love your family, and then you love your neighbor, and then you love your community, and then you love your fellow citizens in your own country, and then after that, you can focus and prioritize the rest of the world. A lot of the far left has completely inverted that. They seem to hate the citizens of their own country and care more about people outside their own borders. That is no way to run a society.
As a response to this line of thinking, then Cardinal Prevost posted a striking tweet. He said, God does not ask us to rank our love for people. At first glance, it sounds like a direct rebuttal, almost an outright dismissal of the theological framework Vance was building on. Pope Leo XIV isn't denying that love has an order. Rather, he's reminding us that in Catholic teaching, love must always be governed by charity, reason, and mercy. Love isn't some rigid checklist of who comes first. It's a living, breathing virtue that adapts to real human need. The order of love is meant to help us discern, not to justify exclusion or moral indifference. For more on that nuance, let's hear what Bishop Aaron has to say.
Suppose someone is in desperate danger. They're being pursued by an assailant. They're in desperate danger and they're knocking at my door to give them shelter. Well, it'd be morally irresponsible of me to say, no, you're not getting in here.
Right.
So there's that moral nuance. Are there people indeed, in the world who are fleeing desperately terrible situations and are seeking, asylum in a country like ours? Sure, there are. And I think you've got to look at that on a case-by-case basis. And now, the minute we make that move, we're getting into the weeds. And I know you can't adjudicate it in a facile way. And I think that happens a lot on both sides. Whether it's a kind of xenophobic, get the foreigners out of here, or it's a kind of open borders, wouldn't Jesus welcome every single stranger? The right answer is in between there someplace. And Catholic social teaching honors both those principles I was talking about.
Yeah, the foundational principles.
From that explanation, it becomes clear that there are human situations where the order of love must bend, where reason, clarity, and mercy calls us beyond natural loyalties. For example, when the suffering stranger or the forgotten outsider is standing right in front of us, they become our immediate moral priority. In those moments, the gospel calls us to something deeper. The order of love was never meant to be a fortress. It's a framework, a compass, not a cage. It guides our moral instincts, but it should never trap them. So in conclusion, JD Vance is right to remind us of our duty to those closest to us. That matters deeply. But Pope Leo XIV reminds us of something equally essential. Christian love cannot be reduced to nationalism or tribalism. The gospel demands more. The Christian life is a tension, a holy tension between loyalty and mercy, between natural order and supernatural surrender. The challenge for Catholics today isn't to pick a side, it's to hold both truths in tension. Because real love doesn't stop at the familiar, it doesn't stay within our comfort zone. Real love goes wherever Christ leads. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. God bless you.